Hello everyone. I never do tutorials. For one, I hate hearing myself speak. But okay, let's get to it. You guys wanted to know how I made the floating ornaments craft. I already had some things kind of prepped because I'm working on another one. This is the floating ornaments craft that I made. See it. It's kind of a 2-day process. It may not take 2 days, but I prefer to do it in 2 days to make sure everything is dry. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of quick because I need to eat. For starters, you can start off with a tray or a plate. Regular plate, got this from the Dollar Tree. Or if you want to do a smaller one, you can use like a saucer. Got this from, I think, the thrift store. It's a regular coffee mug if you want to use a coffee mug. I prefer to use like a teacup because it's lighter. And I'll show you guys why. In this particular craft, I used a bucket instead of the mug or teacup. I used this bucket. I just got it from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so this is the bucket that I used. Bucket. And to attach the bucket, this is the tricky part. This is the plate. This is the bucket. You can use a fork. Hold that thought. You can use a fork to attach the bucket or the teacup, whichever you decide to use. But since the bucket is bigger than the teacup or mug, I wanted a longer span from the bucket to the plate. So I actually chose to use one of these door hangers that you hang your wreaths with. They were $1. You can get them from the Dollar Tree, Family Dollar. So basically for this, I took the hanger and I put it inside of the bucket. I actually taped it inside. I mean, you can use duct tape, and to reinforce, I use hot glue. Use the hot glue to glue that inside, and then I put duct tape over it. Only because it's not much going inside of the bucket, so it won't be weighed down. So that's how I did that part. For this part, to attach it to the plate, I use Gorilla Glue. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this type of Gorilla Glue. For this type of Gorilla Glue, you have to use water. Just put a little bit of water onto the surface, or you can put it onto this. But I would rub it onto the plate just a little bit, and then squirt the glue onto the water. And this is the tricky part. You have to kind of place it into the glue, but it needs to set. You don't need a lot of glue because over time it will start to foam up, and that's how you know it's setting. So this is why I said I did this in 2 days. I allowed it a full day to just dry and set. So when I got to this part, like you can bend this, however, got to this part, let me sit this here. So while the glue is there and it's drying, again, this is the tricky part. I actually found these clamps at the Dollar Tree. So if you want, depending on where you put the glue, you can use these clips to hold this into place while it's drying. It's really up to you how you decide to do it. That's why it's cute. It's a cute craft, but it's kind of complicated. Again, attach this in here. I tape that part, and then I put the glue here. I also, because I put it not too close to the edge so the clips wouldn't reach. So I glued it and I reinforced it with duct tape. I found a place to lay it overnight till it dried. That's what I did with this one. Okay? Now, let me show you a different version. Maybe you guys can understand this way better. Took a saucer and a mug. I took a fork, a cheap fork. That way you can bend it. See? You can bend it. So, let's say, bend this. You want to bend this part. Yes. See? It's bent. Yeah. It's bent. So here, depending on how you want the mug to sit, you will, again, here's your fork. You will wet the surface, apply the Gorilla Glue here. And since this is a smaller plate and it's closer to the edge, you may be able to use the clamps to hold it into place. I will also reinforce with tape. Use the clips, you see, just to hold it in place overnight until it's dry. That's one part though, because after that, or it doesn't matter which order, after that you have to go and you have to be able to glue the other end inside of the mug. Again, same thing. You have to wet the surface and apply the glue. I did this method with the mug because the mug weighs more than the bucket. The mug is heavier than the saucer, so it will also tilt. Here's the tricky part. So you have to, while this is drying, you have to find a surface somewhere to place it, to just let it sit and let it dry overnight. Now I have one that I already did to show you guys. This is one that I'm working on. Saucer, the mug. This is a fork, but I covered it with a paper towel so that I could paint it, because I think I'm going to use coffee beans to cover this, and I'll probably make it look like the beans spilled out or whatnot. I don't know. I used the rocks to help balance because the mug is heavy and it kept making the saucer tilt. So with the rocks here, it helps it balances. So now it won't tilt, it'll stay down. And that's that. So that's pretty much it. And then when you get to this point, you're ready to decorate. I plan on, if not, If I don't use the coffee beans, I may use like these little small decorations here. Have these small bows, little small ornaments. And these were all from, I believe, Family Dollar, Dollar General, or even the Dollar Tree has them. Little bulbs. So what you want to do is make sure you cover this completely, you know. And if you have little spaces, you may want to fill the little spaces with like, let's see, some of this garland, just to kind of tuck it and hide the glue. I also bought like beads, some of these little snowflakes, and other little things. So I hope this was helpful. I'm not good at this. I never do tutorials, but I hope this helped you guys some. Again, here's mine. And with the ribbon, I did it like this. So basically, this is this. This is inside of here. See? I bent it. So this is inside of the bucket. Like that. And what I did was I took the ribbon and I put hot glue here. So I put ribbon to cover that. And then in the back, I put ribbon, but I made sure it was lined up and pressed so it just looks like one piece of ribbon flowing. I wanted to make it seem as if the ribbon was flowing here and ended up in a bow. I made the bow separately and just attached it here. I hope that helped you guys. I'm not good at doing these tutorials. I never do them. So good luck. Comment and let me know if you need any additional help. Bye.